Thanks, Jim. The Tigers are home for the big home opener, and they're glad to be home after their opening trip.
They call him the voice of the Tigers, a fitting name for Ernie Harwell, who has dedicated a good part of his life to Tiger fans and to the team he calls his home.
Well, I've been with the Tigers now since 1960, and this is my 50th year of announcing in the big leagues.
Jim Price is standing by. He's going to talk with Buddy.
Feedback.
50 years of opening games, rain delays, World Series games, and baseball's worst team. Ernie has seen it all. You say a lot of this has to do with a blessing?
Yeah, God gives you a great blessing when he gives you a job you enjoy.
And Ernie also calls it a blessing when he was fired from WJR Radio in December of 1990.
I really believe in the precept that all things happen for good, and I felt that way when it happened, and I knew that God had some kind of a plan for me and it was going to work out. And I think in the long run that it was a blessing that it happened, because it gave me a chance to reflect on my career and what it meant to me.
Mr. Harwell was right. This year marks his 4th consecutive year with Pass Television and his first year back with the Tiger Network. With the philosophy that good things will happen, they have to Ernie. He announces play-by-play with old broadcast buddies Al Kaline and Jim Price. Though he openly admits he likes radio over television, this Tiger trademark has made this stadium his home. And no matter what the broadcast medium, just being here for another game fills that gap. But with talk of a new stadium, the memories of Michigan and Trumbull will soon be just that, memories.
It's sad that the old ballpark will someday be the victim of the wrecking ball, but on the other hand, I think we got so many great memories here, we can keep them in our minds and our hearts.
The power of prayer. Thousands say it works. But there's one Catholic saint who's making house calls.
St. Joseph has always been like guardian of the home, protector of the home.
He's the one saint who has people of all denominations asking for a saintly sale.
We sell quite a number.
They're little statues of St. Joseph, and they're a hot item with realtors and people selling their own homes.
Proof is in the selling, I would say, would you?
The solemn tradition has been around since the 1700s. It began in Europe when an order of nuns prayed to St. Joseph when they needed more lands for convents. The sisters would bury their St. Joseph medals in the ground.
I was also told yesterday that there are several brokers in the Tri-Cities that actually offer these packages to their salespeople.
And now some people are miraculously selling their homes with these statues. So, how is the statue supposed to work? You're supposed to bury St. Joseph upside down next to the for sale sign. Other success stories came from burying him next to the doorstep and even next to the street facing the home. If it's a condo you're selling, you're just supposed to place him on a shelf.
What works is the novena prayer.
No matter how you bury the statue, some say the divine intervention comes with prayer.
You've had people have said within the time that they buried it and said the prayer that within 24 hours or 48 hours they come back in here and said that they had a purchase on their house, and it did sell.
They scream. Scream with excitement. Scream with fear. Cedar Point, a big attraction for thrill seekers seeking the biggest, tallest, fastest rides around.
You can't have fun like this in Saginaw?
Not like this. Anderson Water Park doesn't cut it.
Every day, thousands of people fill Cedar Point. Every night, an army of hundreds perform precise tests to keep things safe. But how safe are the rides? How safe are you?
Some people think you're crazy, but I enjoy heights.
There are no closed doors, but plenty of open spaces on Millennium Force. Reaching speeds of up to 93 miles an hour, it is the world's fastest and second tallest roller coaster.
You have to check the full length of this cable every morning.
Every morning, safety specialist Rick Heiser walks the track.
Just like being up high, it's kind of a thrill.
Every morning, he rides a sidecar up and up, making stops along the way, inspecting every inch of the 310-foot Millennium Force.
It's got a huge lift cable that lifts the train up to the top of the hill, and that gets inspected every morning. We have a periodic track inspection on all our coasters, and all the bolts on the rides.
If the park loses power, people inside are at risk of getting stuck. That's what happened to these people on the cat and mouse roller coaster.
Now we have to go into emergency mode basically and start getting people off the ride.
But in most cases, the riders don't seem to mind one bit.
You thought that was kind of exciting to be up there?
Yeah, that was amazing.
You weren't scared?
No, no, I just didn't want to walk down.
Yeah, and somebody came up right away, right?
Yes, somebody was there. Yep.
At 364 acres, Cedar Point is the world's largest amusement ride park. And because the rides are outside, Mother Nature makes things even more interesting.
Today, perfect day for rain, high humidity, and blazing hot. What happens when rain hits Cedar Point? Who shuts down the rides? Is anyone watching the sky?
Could you signal to my location?
Meet Bob Wozniak.
7 clear.
He manages the park and keeps a close watch on developing weather.
We are currently watching AccuWeather.com.
Bob and a team of weather watchers are plugged into internet weather sites around the clock. They're also in close contact with local police.
It's going to hit us.
Today, a storm is heading towards the park.
After I'm done watching the weather and I know that it's imminent and we're going to be getting it, then I'll go outside and go to a storm station.
Today, that storm station is the platform of the ride The Raptor. The view gives Bob the luxury of time, and when severe weather warnings go up, some of Cedar Point's most popular rides come down. First to shut down, the Sky Ride, the Big Wheel, and the Water Ride.
Go ahead and cut back Giant Wheel. Right now I got Sky Ride down for wind, and I'm cutting back the Giant Wheel right now. Giant Ferris wheel, if the wheels get wet, it's really hard to unload it.
As the storm rolls through, the sky darkens and the winds pick up.
Well, I saw a lightning bolt straight out about southwest of us, and it looks like it's about 20 miles out, so I'm just keeping an eye on it right now.
Much of Bob's time is just waiting and watching and more waiting. Soon the rain falls and a few rides are shut down, but the lightning stays clear of the park, so those who don't mind the wet summer cool-off stay for more. Others call it a day.